like that. Lower the chin more. Eyes at me. Turn the nose to me a little bit. Raise the chin a touch. Excellent.
So in this session, we're kind of talking about a specific body shaping pose, which is the embrace pose. And as you just saw, kind of a quick kind of look back at an image, a part of the kind of 24 posing guide, as it were, for Boudoir, we shot a decade ago, probably. Anyway, really what we're doing is working with Portia, and we're kind of demonstrating how quickly you can move from kind of an up and down pose to one with more grace, and give a kind of a real dynamic kind of posing as well with it and things, really. So it has a lot to do with the body shaping, and basically once you're kind of into your posing flow with anything, you kind of go through the kind of the techniques that you're most familiar with. So you find yourself going into repeat mode more and more and more. And this is one that you can naturally kind of flow from, kind of standing a client in front of you or model in front of you. And even if you go a little bit brain dead and you need some ideas to actually go from, you can basically move from the position on the left to the position on the right without any real work. So if we're looking at these 5 images in the transition, basically we've got the up and down image on the left hand side that's just kind of stood against the wardrobe door. Then what we're doing is slightly moving the knee of as we look at her, the left leg. And then in the third image in the middle, we're twisting the hips as well, or moving that knee around just that little bit more. Then we've got the left arm as we look at her kind of coming across to kind of meet the kind of elbow of the other arm. And as you can see with the hands, what we've done is basically pinch the thumb and the middle finger together and just allowed the fingers to relax there. And then what we're doing is kind of pulling the right arm as we look at it across to the other hip. Now, by doing that, you can kind of transform straight away from the one thing to the other in pretty much all the poses. It can look a little over over stylized with some clients, and obviously you would just kind of knock that back. As we're looking at Portia with a kind of a bob black wig on. We wanted to actually just add a little bit more kind of difference to this part of the kind of the shoot that we were doing. But you can see the transition, and the key thing is moving the one knee across the other knee. That naturally gives you a V, and then when you allow the knee and the hip to move even more, you get this beautiful almost start of the hourglass like you can see on the top right hand side. As far as the hand position is concerned, the last thing we want is them kind of going straight down, hanging by the sides. So even though I'm exaggerating it with the kind of the embrace pose, this kind of pushes the boobs together as well, which is good. But with the embrace pose, it's a way that you can kind of cross at the kind of elbow, and you know you're going to get a different kind of image no matter what with it and things. And by the way, this is just being lit by a little LED just to her left hand side to kind of highlight the face. She's nearby a window as well and things. But yeah, the embrace is a good body shaping technique, and I would introduce that into your flow. I've also got some kind of posing mistakes that we're going to feature in some other films as well, which covered that kind of the tension and basically a simple pose for every body no matter what, and kind of looking at expressions and kind of sensual posing or lack of it and things. So as far as this is concerned, we've entered into the idea of the embrace pose, so we can kind of look at how we can kind of change the simple up and down pose to a little bit more dynamic shaping in a few kind of short body position changes.